Hi there, this is T7.3, the second part of it, to show the last option when you're doing tangent calculations. So let's start by labeling, see what we have and what we need to calculate. So there's my square corners. I'm going to go across. There's my hypotenuse. We're going to go around the corner where the angle is, which means this is adjacent, and this one should be opposite. So given, what we have an angle, and we have the opposite side, and we are trying to find adjacent. And the reason it's not like you need to do that on every single question, but you're doing some questions later on, you're stuck and you can't remember which way to go. You can figure out what you're given in your question, what you want to do, and then go through the list here. There's only 3 options, and figure out which way, where your sample question is. So I'm just going to highlight these because that keeps me on track. All right, so tan theta is equal to opposite over adjacent. Tan 18 degrees is equal to 4.3 over adjacent. So this is my key spot here. We need to know that we have 2 numbers and 1 unknown. And we're good. So let me put it there for you. So tan 18, 3249, 0.3249 is equal to 4.3 over adjacent. All right, you know by now that if your unknown is in this side, in the fraction part, you just put that over 1, and then we're going to cross multiply to solve. 1 times 4.3 is equal to 0.3249 adjacent. Multiply that through, clean it up. It's not much. So 4.3. And then so adjacent is equal to 4.3 divided by 0.3249. Oh goodness. Oops, there it is. 13.23. And let's see, the question gives me 1 decimal place, so let's make this 13.2. And it even has meters, so we better put meters in. And that's going to be adjacent. All right, there's the practice. You have that written down too. So now what I want you to do is turn off the video, do this question over here by yourself, and then turn the video back on, and maybe you can find if I make a mistake. More than likely, hopefully, our answers are just going to match. Right? Use this as your pattern. This is going to be a very similar question. All right, pause. Just that you did. Hypotenuse around my corner, adjacent and opposite. So I have my opposite. I'm looking for my adjacent. That's going to give me tangent. If I tried to use either sine or cos, it's not going to work because that would require me knowing the hypotenuse. And I don't. So tan theta tan, in this case 46 degrees, is my opposite 4.3 over adjacent. Yeah, they're both 4.3. That was kind of weirding me out there. All right, tangent 46. That should be different. Tangent 46 at 1.0355. Remember, tangent is weird. Well, I shouldn't say it's weird. It's different than sine and cos. Sine and cos can go between -1 and +1. And really, for what we're doing, it's going to basically go from 0 to 1. Tangent, however, can be all over the place. So it's not a big deal. It's not, my brain's not freaking out that it's over 1. That's fine. 4.3 over adjacent. So over 1, cross multiplying, still the same plan. So 1 times 4.3 is equal to 1.0355 adjacent. So my cross multiply, my first line, I never multiply through. I just write it out because I don't want to mess up. So I'm going to do one step at a time, write it out. So it's kind of like an organizing line, and then I multiply through. I know it's kind of boring because it's one, but get in the habit, and then it'll work for you all the time, even when you're doing questions that like don't have 1 on the bottom when it's, I don't know, some kind of solving an equation later on. So I'm going to divide this side and divide this side. So 4.3, oopsies, sorry, try that again. 4.3 divided by 1.0355 is going to give me 4. Okay, I'm going to write 1.5 as adjacent, because that cancels out. And looking up here, 1 decimal place, so I'm just going to go, so 4.2 is adjacent. And oh, that was centimeters, so this should be centimeters too. This one's actually cool. I can tell you a little bit extra about the question. This answer seems quite reasonable. Here's a tip. If you have a triangle that's 45 here and 45 here, that would make it isosceles, right? That would mean if this angle and this angle are the same, then these two sides are the same. So when I saw this was 46, I knew that these two should almost be the same side. Because if this is 46, this one is going to be 44 degrees, right? And if you don't believe me, 180 minus 90 minus 46. So if these two are almost the same size, then the sides opposite them will be almost the same size also. And I can even go further, that from these two angles, 44 is the smaller of the two, so 44 is smaller than 46, and 4.2 is smaller than 4.3. All right. Oh, there's a question there. When do you use the second or the inverse button? Did we use it here? Nope. It looks like when you're looking for the angle. If have the angle, just use the button. So this would be where you would go second, in this case tangent, and this one would be just tangent. Okay. Again, always look at your answers, see if they're reasonable. And life is Gannon. For example, tan 46 here. I don't know if that's reasonable, but if you do shift tan or second tan and try and do 46, it's going to give you a math error anyway. Okay, that's enough for extra little bits and bobs for you for today.